My beloved friends, today I want to talk to you about the most misunderstood word in all of spiritual vocabulary, a word that has been corrupted by theologians, mystified by philosophers, and commercialized by gurus. A word that has become a goal, an achievement, a destination to be reached. I want to talk to you about nirvana. But first, let me tell you a beautiful Zen story. A monk spent 40 years meditating in a cave, seeking enlightenment. Every day he sat, every day he practiced, every day he hoped that today would be the day of his enlightenment. 40 years passed this way. One day, tired and old, he came down from the mountain. As he was walking through the village, he saw a butcher cutting meat in his shop. The butcher was singing a song, completely absorbed in his work, totally one with the cutting, the knife moving through the meat like a dance. And watching this butcher, the monk became enlightened. Do you see the absurdity? Do you see the cosmic joke? 40 years of seeking, and enlightenment came when he stopped seeking and simply watched a butcher cutting meat. This is the first thing you must understand about nirvana. It cannot be achieved because you already have it. It cannot be reached because you have never left it. It cannot be attained because it is your very nature. The problem is not that you don't have nirvana. The problem is that you are looking for it. Listen carefully to this paradox, because your whole spiritual journey depends on understanding it. Nirvana is not something you achieve in the future. Nirvana is something you discover has always been here, now, in this very moment. You are like a man searching for his glasses while wearing them on his nose. You are like a fish searching for the ocean while swimming in it. You are like a bird asking, "Where is the sky?" while flying through it. Nirvana is not somewhere else. Nirvana is here, but you cannot see it because you are too busy looking for it. Now you will ask me, then Osho, if we already have nirvana, why don't we experience it? Why do we suffer? Why do we feel pain, anxiety, misery? Good question. And the answer is simple, but not easy. You don't experience nirvana because you are too occupied. Your consciousness is completely engaged in 1,001 things. You are identified with your thoughts, with your emotions, with your body, with your desires, with your past, with your future. You are everywhere except where nirvana is, which is here, now, in this present moment. Imagine a mirror covered with dust, dirt, old paintings, layers and layers of accumulated garbage. The mirror is still there underneath, perfect and pure. But you cannot see your reflection in it because it is covered. The mirror has not lost its nature of reflecting, it has only become covered. Your consciousness is that mirror. Nirvana is your capacity to reflect, to be aware, to simply be. But it is covered with thoughts, emotions, desires, fears, hopes, memories, imaginations. The path to nirvana is not about adding something to yourself. It is about removing everything that you have added. It is not about becoming something. It is about discovering what you already are when all becoming stops. This is what Buddha discovered under the Bodhi tree. Not something new, not something that came from outside, but something that had always been there, just waiting to be noticed. Let me tell you what nirvana is not, because that will help you understand what it is. Nirvana is not a place. It is not heaven. It is not paradise. It is not some golden realm where you go after death. All these are childish concepts invented by priests to control people through hope and fear. Nirvana is not a state of eternal happiness. People think, when I become enlightened, I will be happy forever. This is nonsense. Nirvana is beyond happiness and unhappiness. It is beyond all dualities. Happiness comes and goes like waves on the ocean. Nirvana is the ocean itself, which is neither disturbed by the waves nor dependent on them. Nirvana is not the end of desires, as some teachers tell you. They say, kill all desires and you will achieve nirvana. But this is creating another desire, the desire for desirelessness. You are still in the same trap, just with a more spiritual label. Nirvana is not unconsciousness or sleep or some kind of trance state. Some people meditate and fall into a kind of dull, sleepy state, and they think, this must be meditation, this must be enlightenment. But this is just stupidity, not enlightenment. A stone is also very silent, very still, but a stone is not enlightened. So what is nirvana? Let me approach it from a different angle. You see, ordinary human consciousness is like a room with thousands of mirrors, and in the center of the room is a candle, your awareness. But the candle is so small, so dim, and the mirrors are reflecting the reflections of reflections, creating such confusion that you cannot find the original flame. You think you are your thoughts, but thoughts are just reflections. You think you are your emotions, but emotions are just reflections. You think you are your body, but the body is just a reflection. You think you are your personality, your name, your history, your story, but all of these are just reflections. Nirvana is when you suddenly recognize that you are not any of these reflections. You are the original flame. You are the witness of all these reflections. You are pure consciousness, pure awareness, pure being. In nirvana, the subject and object disappear. There is no longer someone who is aware and something that is being aware of. There is only awareness itself, without any center, without any circumference, without any division. Let me read to you what Buddha said after his enlightenment. He said one thing only: I have not attained anything. I have simply realized what I have always been. This is the key. Nirvana is not attainment, it is recognition. It is not becoming, it is being. It is not achieving, it is relaxing into what has always been there. Now, the question arises, if nirvana is already here, if it is our nature, then how do we realize it? What is the path? And here is where I will tell you something that may shock you. There is no path to nirvana, because any path implies a journey from here to there, from now to then, from ignorance to enlightenment. But nirvana is not there, it is here. It is not then, it is now. The very idea of a path is the obstacle, but I understand your difficulty. You cannot simply jump from ignorance to enlightenment. The gap seems too big. Your mind wants steps, methods, techniques, a map to follow. So I will give you what I call the pathless path. Not because it will take you to nirvana, but because it will remove the obstacles that prevent you from seeing that you are already there. The pathless path has 3 stages. But remember, these are not really stages in time. They are only ways of talking about a single revolution of consciousness. I call these 3 stages consciousness, witnessing, and awareness. Right now, most of you live in unconscious activity. You eat unconsciously, you walk unconsciously, you talk unconsciously, you even love unconsciously. You are like machines, programmed by society, by parents, by education, running on automatic. The first step is to bring consciousness into your ordinary activities. When you eat, be conscious that you are eating. Taste the food, feel the texture, smell the aroma, be totally present with the act of eating. When you walk, be conscious of each step. Feel your feet touching the ground. Notice the movement of your body. When you talk, listen to your own words. Watch your own voice. This is what I call practicing consciousness. You begin to wake up from the sleep of mechanical living. As you practice consciousness, something begins to happen. You start to notice that there is someone who is watching all these activities. There is consciousness and there is someone who is conscious. This is the second stage, which I call witnessing. In witnessing, you are no longer just doing things consciously. You are watching yourself doing things consciously. You become the watcher, the observer, the witness. You stand back from your thoughts and you watch them pass like clouds in the sky. You stand back from your emotions and you watch them rise and fall like waves in the ocean. You stand back from your body and you watch it move and act. This witnessing is a tremendous revolution. For the first time, you begin to experience that you are not your thoughts, not your emotions, not your body. You are something beyond all of these. You are the consciousness that is aware of all of these. Many people stop at this stage. They enjoy being the witness. They feel a sense of superiority, of detachment, of spiritual attainment. I am the witness, they say proudly. But this is still not the final flowering, because in witnessing there is still a subtle duality. There is still the witness and the witnessed. There is still someone who is watching and something that is being watched. The ego has become more refined, more spiritual, but it is still there. The third stage is when even this witnessing dissolves. This is what I call awareness, or what Buddha calls nirvana, or what Zen masters call satori, or what Sufis call fana, the annihilation of the self. In awareness, there is no longer a witness and the witnessed. There is only witnessing. There is no longer someone who is aware and something that is being aware of. There is only awareness. The circumference remains, but the center disappears. This is very difficult to explain in words, because language itself is based on duality. Language needs a subject and an object, but in nirvana, this duality dissolves. You cannot say, I am aware, because there is no I. You cannot say, I am witnessing, because there is no I. You can only say there is awareness, or better still, you fall silent, because even this is saying too much. Let me give you an analogy. Imagine you are watching a movie in a theater. At first, you are completely identified with the movie. You forget you are sitting in a theater. You forget yourself. You laugh when the hero laughs. You cry when the heroine cries. This is unconscious activity. Then something happens. Perhaps the projector makes a noise or someone coughs. Suddenly you remember, oh, I am watching a movie. You become conscious. You are still in the movie, but now you know it is a movie. This is consciousness. As you continue watching, you start to become more interested in watching yourself, watching the movie. You notice your own reactions, your own emotions, your own thoughts about the movie. You have become the witness. This is witnessing. Finally, something even deeper happens. The distinction between you and the movie disappears. The distinction between the watcher and the watched disappears. There is only watching. There is only awareness. You are no longer in the theater. You are no longer separate from the screen. There is just pure experiencing without any experiencer. This is awareness. This is nirvana. Now, how does one reach this state? And here I must be very clear with you, you cannot reach it by effort. All effort is of the ego, and as long as there is ego, there is no nirvana. You cannot reach it by practice, because practice implies someone practicing to become something. You cannot reach it by discipline, because discipline is imposed from outside and nirvana flowers from within. So what is the way? The way is no way. The method is no method. The practice is no practice. But I can give you certain devices, certain situations, certain experiments that can create the right soil for nirvana to flower. First, practice witnessing. This is the most fundamental technique. Whatever you are doing, watch yourself doing it. Whatever is happening in your mind, watch it happening. Don't judge, don't evaluate, don't interfere, just watch. When a thought arises, simply note a thought is arising. When an emotion comes, simply note an emotion is coming. When desire grips you, simply note desire is there. Don't try to change anything, don't try to improve anything, don't try to become better, just watch. This watching, if done rightly, without any goal, without any expectation, begins to create a distance between you and your mind. The mind continues its chattering, but you are no longer identified with it. You are sitting on the bank of the river, watching the river flow. Second, practice coming back to the present moment again and again. The mind lives in the past and future. The past is memory, the future is imagination. Both are unreal. Only the present moment is real. But you are never in the present moment. When you are eating, you are thinking about what you will do after eating. When you are talking to someone, you are thinking about what you will say next or remembering what they said yesterday. You are everywhere except here, now. So practice being present. When you are eating, just eat. When you are walking, just walk. When you are sitting, just sit. Don't do two things simultaneously. This total presence in the moment begins to reveal the timeless dimension of existence. Third, and this is very important, learn to live without conclusions. The mind is always concluding, always judging, always labeling. This is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong, I like this, I don't like that. These conclusions create barriers between you and reality. Reality is simply what is, without any judgment. But you are always interpreting, always evaluating, always putting things into categories. Try this experiment for a few hours or even a few minutes. Stop judging, just see things as they are without saying anything about them. You see a flower, just see it. Don't say beautiful or ugly. You meet a person, just meet them. Don't say friendly or unfriendly. This non-judgmental awareness is very close to the state of nirvana. Because in nirvana, there is no judgment. There is only pure seeing, pure being, pure existing. Fourth, learn to be with yourself. Most people are afraid of aloneness. They fill their lives with constant activity, constant noise, constant company. Because when they are alone, when they are silent, they come face to face with themselves and they don't like what they see. But aloneness is essential for nirvana, not loneliness, which is a negative feeling of being away from others, but aloneness, which is a positive joy of being with yourself. Spend time alone. Sit silently. Don't read, don't listen to music, don't do anything. Just be. In the beginning it will be difficult. The mind will create 1,000 excuses to avoid this aloneness. But if you persist, if you can bear this aloneness, something miraculous begins to happen. The chattering of the mind begins to subside. The constant noise begins to quiet down, and in that silence, in that stillness, you begin to hear the music of existence. Fifth, and this may surprise you, celebrate life. Don't be serious about spirituality. Don't be grave about enlightenment. Don't make nirvana into a goal that you have to achieve through great effort and sacrifice. Life is already a celebration. Existence is already a dance. You don't have to earn the right to celebrate. You are already worthy, already whole, already complete. So, laugh, dance, sing, love, enjoy. Don't postpone your joy for some future enlightenment. Be happy now, not because you have achieved something, but simply because you are alive, because you are breathing, because you exist. This celebration itself becomes meditation. This joy itself becomes prayer. This gratitude itself opens the door to nirvana. Now let me tell you something that very few spiritual teachers will tell you, because it goes against the whole business of spirituality. Nirvana cannot be practiced. Nirvana cannot be achieved. Nirvana cannot be earned. All practice, all effort, all achievement is still of the ego. And as long as there is ego, there is suffering. As long as there is someone trying to become enlightened, enlightenment is impossible. So what is the secret? The secret is relaxation, total relaxation. Not the relaxation of the body, but the relaxation of the very effort to become something. Relax into what you are. Stop trying to improve yourself. Stop trying to become enlightened. Stop trying to reach nirvana. Just be. This is the most difficult thing for the human ego to accept. The ego wants to do something, to achieve something, to become something. But nirvana happens only when the ego gives up, when the doer disappears, when all effort ceases. It is like going to sleep. You cannot try to go to sleep because the very effort keeps you awake. You can only create the conditions for sleep, and then you let go and sleep happens. You don't do it, it happens to you. Nirvana is exactly like that. You create the conditions through witnessing, through presence, through aloneness, through celebration, and then you let go. You stop trying. You relax into your being. And nirvana happens. It is not your achievement. It is grace. It is a gift from existence. It is existence recognizing itself in you. I must tell you one more thing. There is a great difference between what Buddha calls nirvana and what he calls mahaparinirvana. Nirvana is the first enlightenment. It is when you realize your true nature while still in the body. The mind becomes silent, the ego dissolves, and you experience yourself as pure consciousness, pure awareness. There is tremendous peace, tremendous bliss, tremendous silence. But there is still a subtle experiencing going on. There is still someone who is experiencing this silence, this bliss, this peace. The experiencer has become very refined, very subtle, but it is still there. Mahaparinirvana is when even this experiencer dissolves. There is no one left to experience anything. There is only experiencing without an experiencer. There is only awareness without anyone being aware. There is only existence without any sense of I am. This is the ultimate, the final flowering. This is beyond all words, beyond all concepts, beyond all understanding. Buddha himself never explained what Mahaparinirvana is. He only pointed to it and said, this is beyond words. You will have to experience it yourself. But do not make Mahaparinirvana into a goal. Do not think, first I will achieve Nirvana, then I will achieve Mahaparinirvana. This is the trap of the spiritual ego. Just be present. Just be aware. Just be a witness. And let existence take care of the rest. Now I will tell you the most paradoxical thing of all. And if you can understand this, you have understood everything. The desire for Nirvana is the only obstacle to Nirvana. Read this again. Let it sink deep into your being. The desire for Nirvana is the only obstacle to Nirvana. As long as you are seeking Nirvana, you will never find it. Because seeking implies that it is somewhere else, sometime else, in some future. But Nirvana is here now. It has always been here now. The moment you stop seeking, it is found. The moment you stop searching, it is discovered. The moment you relax into this moment, just as you are, without any desire to be different, without any desire to be somewhere else, without any desire to become something, Nirvana is already here. You are already in Nirvana. You have always been in Nirvana. You just didn't notice it because you were too busy looking for it. So what am I teaching you? I am teaching you to stop. Stop seeking. Stop searching. Stop trying. Stop doing. Just be. Not even be something. Just be. In this simple being, everything is revealed. This is the greatest challenge for the spiritual seeker. Because the seeker wants to do something. The seeker wants steps, methods, techniques, practices. The seeker wants effort, discipline, achievement. But I am telling you, drop all of this. Simply be. Can you do this? Can you not do this? Can you simply sit here right now without any desire to become something, without any desire to achieve something, without any desire to reach somewhere? Can you simply be present in this moment, accepting yourself exactly as you are, accepting existence exactly as it is? If you can, even for a moment, Nirvana is here, not as a goal in the future, but as the very ground of your being, right now. Let me end with one final story. A seeker came to a Zen master and asked, "Master, what is Nirvana?" The master picked up his cup of tea, took a sip and said, "This." "This?" asked the confused seeker. "What do you mean this?" The master took another sip and said, "Delicious." The seeker was baffled. He had traveled thousands of miles, spent years searching, and all the master could say was, "This" and "delicious." But something in the master's simple presence, his total being in that moment of drinking tea, transmitted the truth. The seeker understood without understanding. He realized without realizing. He achieved without achieving. And in that moment, drinking his own cup of tea, he became enlightened. My friends, Nirvana is this simple. It is so simple that you miss it. You are looking for something complex, something extraordinary, something special. But Nirvana is the most ordinary thing in existence. It is just being present, just being aware, just being. When you eat, really eat. When you walk, really walk. When you love, really love. When you sit, really sit. Don't be somewhere else. Don't be thinking about the past or future. Just be here, now, totally. This total presence is Nirvana. This complete awareness is enlightenment. This simple being is what you have been searching for all your life. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to become anyone. You don't have to achieve anything. You just have to wake up to what you already are. And the moment you wake up, you will laugh at the cosmic joke. You will laugh at all the years you spent searching for something you already had. You will laugh at all the effort you made to achieve something you already were. And in that laughter, in that understanding, in that recognition, you are free. Free from all seeking, free from all desire, free from all becoming, free to simply be. This freedom is nirvana. This joy is nirvana. This simplicity is nirvana. It has always been here. You just forgot to notice. My work is simply to remind you, not to give you nirvana, because I cannot give you what you already have, but to remind you, to wake you up, to help you recognize what has always been your nature. So stop seeking, my friends. Stop searching. Stop trying to become enlightened. You are already enlightened. You are already a Buddha. You are already divine. Just recognize it. Just wake up to it. Just open your eyes and see. Nirvana is here now, in this moment, in this breath, in this silence. Can you feel it?